Let's go on another video. Let's get it.
Mommy, is dinner ready? I'm hungry.
It will be ready in a minute, sweetie. I'm making your favorite dish, meat pies.
Yay, meat pies.
Why don't you set the table while I get the pies out of the oven?
Okay.
Some weird stuff. I think
How
there
does
might be
that taste,
something weird
sweetie?
in the pie.
It's good, but the stuffing still tastes funny.
I told you, it's a new recipe that I'm trying. Now finish your dish, and let's get you to bed.
Okay, Mommy. Mommy, when will Daddy come home?
Don't worry, honey. Daddy will come home in a few days.
But you said that last week.
Don't worry, sweetie. Now, sleep.
Okay.
Did
Good
she
night,
call up
Mommy.
the dad?
Good night, sweetie. Love you. February
called the
11th,
dad.
2025. The meat portions are getting smaller and smaller each day, and Daisy has been bombarding me with questions about her daddy. I can't hide the truth anymore. I can't forget what happened. It has been 4 weeks since the incident. Well, everything is still in lockdown mode. I haven't seen anyone on the streets either. The first 2 weeks were hellish for us. We ran out of food. We had enough to feed Daisy, but not enough for us. I couldn't handle the hunger anymore. It grew day by day, and then on the 3rd week, I couldn't think straight, and I had done it. I never knew human meat would taste like fully matured veal. I even made Daisy's favorite dish, meat pies. I can't think of anything else but the texture and taste of it, and the hunger is still growing. I wonder what Daisy would taste like.
Hey, yo, that's what this was everyone. That was
Okay, let's go.
weird, bro. There's a person outline me, bro.
I lived in the countryside until I was 16. My neighborhood was a small town. I lived with my uncle and grandmother. This is a horror story I experienced at that time. Almost 10 years later, the memory hasn't faded. When I was about 15 years old, my grandmother held my hand one day and said, "If some girl begs you to help her at night, do not help her. You have to ignore it and run away." It was a very famous rumor in this town. I thought it was just a story made up by somebody like any other ghost story, so I didn't really care about it back then. Actually, everyone in the neighborhood knew this story. If you hear a girl's voice at night, you must run, or you'll die. It was an obvious story. Then one night, I was out playing outside with my friends, and it suddenly got dark. Man, Grandma's gonna be pissed. I started walking home in a hurry, but the way home wasn't close. It soon became dark outside, and I was walking alone on an empty road. I began to get a little scared, so I purposely hurried up, humming to myself to calm down. Then, I heard a girl's voice in the forest next to the road.
Help me.
I felt a chill run down my spine. As soon as I thought I heard it wrong, I heard the voice once again.
It hurts.
Although it was a really small voice, I could tell for sure it was the voice of a girl. I looked where the voice came from, but all I could see was the dark forest lying behind the tree. With a feeling of wariness, I stayed on the spot and stared at her. The girl moved slightly and said once again,
Is anybody there?
I couldn't see her clearly in the dark, but something was unnatural.
Get away from her, man.
It didn't feel right. I moved slowly to escape from the spot. I heard her voice again and again, but I didn't get any closer. As I kept walking to the side, I could see the back of the tree. She wasn't lying down. Someone was hiding behind the tree, holding her up and supporting her body. Her body was lulled. I couldn't tell whether she was dead or alive. Then, my heart dropped. I made eye contact with the man who was hiding behind the tree. He suddenly jumped out of the forest and started running towards me like crazy.
Help this poor girl!
It was the same girl's voice that I had just heard before. Screaming, I started to run away. Ah! This time, I heard the man in a deep voice. Crap, he didn't fall for it. I felt the fear of death and my whole life flashed before my eyes. Just then, I saw a flashlight in front of me and realized what it was shortly afterward. My uncle came looking for me on his bike. My God, I'm alive. Thinking this, I burst out crying. I ran to my uncle, and when I looked back, the man was gone. I told my uncle and grandmother everything I saw, and we soon called the police. Police began searching for him, believing that he was involved in several disappearances in the town, but they failed to find him. I still can't forget the voice I heard that night. I probably wouldn't be here right now if I wasn't so lucky. Always be careful of the stranger's voice.
So you really have to turn on that at the end. If you like that video, I hope you like and subscribe. And
What's in the box?